Wait, horizontal? Vertical. Oh, goodness gracious. Welcome, you guys. Let me just put in AirPod. AirPod is needed. And we're mobile. Oh my God, is it Desiree? Thank God you're here, Desiree. I'm on the run because I'm on a mobile device. Isn't that exciting? Is that Kelsey? This is this is new. Can we all day together? Let's go, Brandon. Excuse me, what? Can you guys hear me? Great, because I just put my headset on. Sorry, just allow me to get myself dressed for the day. All right. True La Dollar Bean fashion, just like that. That's how easy. I'm glad you can hear me. I just had switched to my AirPods. So, what's up, everybody? How are we doing? I feel like a completely different person talking to you guys, not only not at my home. No, I didn't get a new place yet, but also not in landscape mode because do you guys know what's different other than the fact that I am not home? LMK. You can hear. Great. Hi, Jeeves. How are you? Using my phone. Yes, I'm using my phone because there's a new mobile experience. Oh, thanks, John. Where the heck were my rainbow emojis, though? There's hearts coming out of my head. I don't see them. I don't see them. You got a Louis Vuitton ski hat. This is not Louis Vuitton. What the heck, Groot? This is definitely not Louis Vuitton. Um, this is Sub Pop, grunge, Seattle, Pacific Northwest, rainy, dirty. We're all depressed. This is the look. Of course, that could be Louis Vuitton's look as well. I can't keep up with the current times. Hey, New Moon, back. So I haven't broadcasted in, well, a couple days. I guess the day before yesterday I did, but I haven't done like a proper stream. This is not a proper stream. This is just a stream, a casual one. So I figured if you guys don't mind being casual with me and we can just check out this new situation we have going on here with the new mobile app. So, hi, Gil. How are you? I'm all right. I have been staying at a friend's house for a couple of days, just a little retreat, a little R&R. She's out of town, so she's like, why don't you just go take a couple of days, like get out of your space, do some thinking because I'm having some major changes coming up. And I took her up on the offer. So I've just been staying here and kind of um, deepened thought about my next move, because I'm not staying in Portland. That has been decided. Is rooting for the New York Jets like rooting for, oh, Groot. God, I thought you were someone else asking that. I think that the Jets sometimes, I mean, I feel like they get made fun of a lot. Why am I talking about sports again? Why does this always, first of all, happen to me? Hey, Hannah, how are you? Well, it's not really a vacation. I'm kind of like ish treating it like one, but mainly just to get out of my space. So I was like forced to contemplate some things. I don't know if that makes sense, but my friend just offered for me to stay at her place while she was out of town, and I said yes. So I've just been here. That's that. Not quite a vacation, but it's like not a vacation. You know what I mean? It's like more of a retreat, a wellness retreat, if you will. I've been sitting in the bath. I never take baths at my own home for some reason. Sitting in the bath and just deep in thought. Yeah, so much that I'm done with thinking for just a slight amount of it. So here I am with you guys. And I'm sorry that the version of me is the version that I decided, well, I'll let me go live so I don't have to think. Maybe that wasn't the best idea, but I also missed you all. Do you like the new layout of the forthcoming haps? I think so. I mean, it looks pretty snazzy and profesh. This is my first time being on it. Um, there are a lot of new users coming to the platform. It's going to be really super exciting, but I just now signed in on the new version. So this is my first time seeing it as I'm seeing you guys. So I feel a little bit like I'm using a new app for the first time and I've just gone live and I kind of like don't know my way around. And even though I know you guys, like your names look different, so I feel not like you guys are strangers, but can you guys just like talk a little bit more? I don't ever usually need to ask for that. um, Knowledge, oh my goodness, thank God you are here. So, what I'm looking for is an Eric Miller. Do you at him to ping him? That'd be great. Yo Miller, it's his birthday. Actually, let me just walk upstairs to my computer and at him myself in my own. I don't know, Hannah. Isn't that concerning? When is he not? Um, so there was a new creator that was live, a musician. I mean, he's not new, like to like life or internet by any means. He's got quite a following on the TikTok and the Instagram, I guess. But um, I tried to get him to sing Eric Miller "Happy Birthdays." Oh my God, Eric, happy birthday! Wait. That's too high and also the wrong language. Let me sit down. I was just going to get my computer to thank you, Kelsey. Everybody wish Eric Miller happy birthday. 1,000 years old, and I thought he was 21. So this is honestly very strange. Just kidding. He's not 5,000, but he has very young human, God, Scorpio energy. See what I mean, Kelsey? You're trying to be a Scorpio by January 1st. Or wait, an eagle? Um, yes. Oh, did you send me a happy birthday award on Eric Miller's behalf? I don't actually know how the awards look on here, so I think that's what that is. But thank you, Eric, for having a birthday so I can claim coin. Ah, now. Anyhow, so Eric, how's your birthday going? First and foremost, before I sing to you, although, Eric, do you want to come up? Wait, can I invite people up on the app? Pretty sure I can. Same as the as any other day. Okay, well, at least you're not having a horrible day. You guys, let's lay off a little bit with demands about changes. This is just brand new. So I know that everybody has a lot of bustling ideas about how things should be different and features that they miss and features that they want. But we're not the ones making a platform. So let's just chill and just ride the wave a bit. Hi, pretty lady from Seattle, Washington. Oh, you're in Seattle, Kevin? Or are you referencing my Sub Pop hat? Because I am absolutely not in Seattle. Well, close, but no cigars. Now I don't know why I keep looking at my laptop because Eric's here. Eric, I know you said it's the same as the other day. You're not responding. You said you wanted to come up on your birthday. Um, well, well, it's okay if you don't feel like it. No pressure. Seriously. Please don't ask me to sing death metal. Is Eric okay? I was hoping for a Veda striptease for my birthday, but that's probably off the table. On Haps, on the day of the new app's release, that's what you want to get me banned from pretty much my favorite thing to do in the world, which is going live. Well, okay, there's like a couple things that I like, maybe a little bit more than that, but we're not going to get into that. What the heck are those? I'm trying to censor myself. Eagles. It's good. It's a good goal to have. Fly like an eagle. All right, we're going to work on our posture because that matters. And yikes. Hi. So when I came here, I didn't actually like pack up a lot of clothing. I just brought comfy things. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at a different screen, but thank you for the high award, James. How are you? I really feel like I'm somewhere new, a new kid. Yet you guys all know me. You're well? Well, it's Eric Miller's birthday, so I had to go live. And also, Kelsey was really making a fair point in that it is a new moon, and where's the broadcast? But, Kelsey, I will leave you with this. I don't always broadcast on a new moon, but I usually broadcast on a full moon because full moons usually energize me. And I'm like, activated. New moon's not always the same. Very like, but yeah, usually I do. You're right. I'm a little bit out of sorts because I don't have my my moon journal that I write my manifestations in. So I've only ever been away from my journal on one new moon in the last 2 years, and I just used notebook paper. So that worked. Why is every man making me feel guilty about Slink? It's so weird. Like, no women are. Not that that's a thing about men, but I'm just like surprised how many men that cat has touched. Um, Maybe it's because they can relate to missing someone of the female form, but so can I. Elliot, is that Elliot Schmeliot? I do notice that what Andrew from Scotland was saying earlier, where he sees the username yet not the screen name, or maybe it's the opposite. My only quibble with the new app layout is the comments nearly completely. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, we don't hate that today, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Um, Due to kind of how, like, and I hate coming online and talking about being stressed because I really like to be a positive, not necessarily influence by any means, but a positive force, a positive human. Um, and I do definitely share my moods with you guys and my anxieties, but I try not to project them. And so lately I've kind of felt like if I went live, I might be projecting them. Um, so I haven't much, for me. I'm an everyday person. I gotta get my fix. How stressed out I've been has been showing in my skin, which is always a warning sign to myself. The body speaks. Um, so, given light of just some things that have been going on, my skin has been erupting. So, long story short, Andy, it's not a quibble with me because it is covering hopefully all my pimples. And we like that right now. So, thank you, Haps Chat, for being right over my face. It makes me feel better. I actually didn't know it was on my face, um, except on the app. But I'm also looking at the desktop and it's not like that. So, all right, Andy, I know that was the longest thing, tangent, digression, to tell you that I'm happy about the letters. Like I could have left out all of that detail, but I got lost. Is HAPS out of beta yet? Is it officially out of beta? I don't know if I can actually say that until they say that. So I'm not going to say that it is. This is merely the next step. So very soon, very soon. Okay. HAPS chat, I wouldn't call it the new Clearasil, but I would call it the new foundation. So thank you, HAPS, for at the time that I've never been this broken out ever since knowing most of you, at least on HAPS. I've known some of you longer than that. You guys have seen me broken out, but the HAPS people haven't, and well, you're not right now either. Thank God. Thank God. But what we will work on is our posture. But I am in a beanbag. Yes, your profile name is your real name, and I think when I go live, or I'm sorry, when I go live. Hi, learning how to talk to humans again after a couple days of silence. Kelsey, you don't know how bad I'm actually like wanting a human hug in real life. Like, not from everybody, not from anybody, but from somebody, few people, no names in particular. Thank you, I accept. Thank you, Gil. I also accept yours. There are certain people I would hug. Both you I would hug in real life right now. Oh my gosh, Mr. Namaste. So the hearts and emojis above you must only be on a laptop or computer. Yeah, they are. They're not on the phone. Kelsey, you just hugged me already, but I'm happy to hug you a little more. In fact, I think if we were hugging in real life, I'd probably be sitting on your lap and you'd probably push me off of me. Push me off of your body. All right. I should be done speaking, but you guys know I'm not. I gotta practice talk. You guys are my talk practice. We don't see any breakout even with the no comment. Godspeed. I mean, we're not trying to show them. So, and it's, life isn't all about appearance, but it's not. Everything is so connected, isn't it, though? You're not that no, but I think I would laugh. Just finished doing, wait, hang on, what? Plyometric cardio circuit from insanity. Oh, God, insanity? That is insane. That is absolute. Mr. Elliot Schmeliot. Ring, ring. Hi, Elliot. It's ET. Do you have a headache? What about a zit, like really big zit on your chin? No? Oh my God. You don't. Um, how's your mental health? Just kidding. We're not connected anymore. What do we do? I think I had 2 or 3 heart attacks during the workout. Well, yeah, insanity is for like people that like have so much energy that they like need to burn it off that way. I don't have that much energy. I got 2 workouts in today and I was so proud of myself. And one was a sweat class and It is a little circuity, but nothing like insanity. And I was, well, it actually felt really good. I needed it. Well, if it would make you laugh, then I'll do it. Great. Just don't hurt me. We'll put down a yoga mat first. A pimple? You know you can put the pimple patches anywhere, right? You can even use them for ingrown hairs. That's probably what that is. It's more like a follicular clog. So a lot of pimples are actually. All right. Let's take a moment of silence for my brain and yours. But those are like I can't stay quiet for long. I can't not comment on the peace out pimple patches because I love peace signs. But those are bougie pimple patches. I use the, oh, and I only have two left. I did order another box, but they're going to my house tomorrow. Um, I use the Mighty Patch, the Hero. You know it? Follicular blockage of, well, I don't want to say what I was going to say because it will sound graphic, but the buttocks. It's a popular spot, especially for men, especially if you guys work out and sweat. Um, Men are prone to butt zits. Oh my God, why am I saying this? Just exfoliate, Elliot Schmelliot. I don't even know why you told me that. Thank you for the peace sign, Kelsey. Well, thank God. Oh, wait, you couldn't find it. Well, that's not surprising because no one's here. But it's felt weird because no one's here. And also, we've been talking about zits. So I'm not so sure that, well, welcome, Vegan Joe. Yes, Andy, I can't believe that actually came out of my mouth, to be honest. That's grotesque, and I don't really like to speak that way at all. So, to be specific, Elliot Schmelliot, only yours. That's the thing. We're not even talking generally speaking. It's literally about your clogged follicle. All right. Oh, probably possible. I'm glad of all people you were able to find the stream. No trouble there. But yet, Vegan Joe could not. Interesting. Feels so official calling you guys by your actual names and, or whatever screen name you guys pick for yourselves. Like, wait a minute here. Hannah at Vienna. So, Hannah, what do you show up as? Because my brain is blowing up. Andy shows up just as Andy, so that means I would show up just as Veda. Wait, what? Oh, I gotta change my name. All right, I got it. Very verbally visual today. I know. I think I've been visualizing the best of my limited visualization abilities. Wait, what? Do you mean I'm being descriptive with my words? Like, yes, that's true. But I'm not actually seeing any visuals of the things that I'm saying to you guys. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be able to say them. If I was that good at visualizing, I think that I would say way less offensive things. I think I would say way less, and I don't mean offensive like, when the Americans freak out about PC stuff. I mean like offensive, like just icky or gross or graphic, like the zit. I'm not actually thinking of the zit in my head when I say that. That's why I'm able to talk about Elliot's condition because I'm not actually seeing it. And if I were to see it, I wouldn't be able to say it. I'm like dissociated, not intentionally. So thanks, Andy. Yeah, it was good. Oh my God, Joey is not in the basement. Um, so for the last when did I get this new phone number? None of you guys have it, so I don't think any of you know. But I got a new phone number recently, um, and I've been getting texts from people looking for this guy named Joey Joseph. Don't know his last name. None of the texts have had that. I've texted back a couple of the people telling them that it's not Joey's number anymore. And then a lot of them are like appointment reminders, missed COVID vaccines, prisoners been released. Like they don't end and it's not subsiding. So people are like still looking for him. And it's like a family. It's like one was like from his mom, one was from um somebody checking in on that he was like hurt. Uh I don't know. So like he was in the hospital, like people were checking on him. And well, for some reason, and I don't want to like, well, I'm just going to say what's on my mind. Who cares? So when I first got a text, for some reason, I had no reason to think this at all. Now, keep in mind, my last phone, there was somebody looking for that guy too for a bit, but it dropped off after like a month and he wasn't actually missing. Like, this is like a weird situation. And I felt it from the beginning that it was weird. And I was like, oh my God, he's dead. Like, I just thought that. Now, obviously, do I know that he is? And do I want to say that somebody is when I don't know? No, but that is what my brain thought. And it just got like this creepy feeling. I was like, oh my God, like whose number do I have? Guys, they haven't stopped. So I don't think that he's dead, but I do think that he does not want to be found. What do you guys think? I posted some of the texts on my Instagram, mainly because I like wanted people's like thoughts, like what is this? Because it's just continuing. So, well, I just did. Yeah, I feel like he is a guy. It seems like he's a little bit, for lack of a better explanation, troubled, maybe. Um, and it sounds like he's in the hospital or was in the hospital, and his mom didn't even care enough to come. She said they had COVID, and she's like, no one can come. Sorry, you're hurt. Then she like sent the text again. So it just feels shady all over the board. It feels shady. And then I started getting texts that so and so has been released from, an inmate at whatever, and like prisoner num like ah. But I mean, it also seems like he's moved to San Diego based on some of the texts, but no one knows that like what his new number is. So yeah, there's that. What a number to acquire. The last phone I thought was like my last phone number. I used to always get calls from WhatsApp and like that I didn't know, which I don't know if maybe that's just like a WhatsApp thing, but it never happened to me before on WhatsApp. And then I also was getting tons of calls from Dubai and like Emirates Airlines, and that was another interesting one. But after a while, they sort of subsided. Maybe Joseph is in the witness protection program, possibly. I have no idea. Um, if he is, he's also being protected like from his mom too. So apparently his mom had gotten a call from the hospital and she's like, well, we can't come. We're in quarantine. And she was saying no one else can come either. It just sounds like they like don't care, or they're maybe fed up with him, or maybe his mom is the mafia boss. Possibly. Possibly. Who knows? So let's hold space for Joey and um hope he's okay. You know? Maybe a little shady. Yeah, indeed. So, new moons, guys, are the time when we manifest and think about what we want. And you can do this in list form or in your mind. But if you believe in the power of the moon, like I do, um, It's a great thing to work with the moon. And even if you don't believe in the moon in that way, which, well, I mean, come on, look what it does to the ocean and stuff. It's still a good, like, um, kind of like marker for ritual to like keep you on track if to be reflective, you know? So it is a damn powerful rock indeed. Don't forget the sun and the moon. Yes, well, yes, the sun of yes, you need the sun. Um, I'm lacking in the vitamin D. How is your vitamin D, guys? Are you guys supplementing if you can't get access to the real thing? So, as I say, usually new moons are about really thinking about what you want in your life, and then full moons usually do really well helping us expel things that are no longer serving us. So that's kind of like my rule of thumb that I follow. No specific rules to how I do it. I usually write out a list. Some months I've written out like a letter, whether it to be to God or the universe, source, whatever your higher power is. Um, and it all is, just as good. You just need to make sure that you're very honest with your intentions. And some people go as far to like be really specific, or you might manifest stuff that you don't mean. And I don't like to drill that into people because I don't want to like scare people off from like, I don't know how to manifest right or do, 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 do. But like you do need to be a little bit specific, but that's also for yourself. Like not just to be like, well, I really want to move. Okay, well, do you want to move somewhere nicer? Do you want to move somewhere quieter? Do you want to move somewhere calmer? Or do you just want to move? Because moving doesn't necessarily mean you're moving somewhere better. So you want to make sure that you're saying like what you want from the move, specifics like that. So just be really mindful about what you want. It's not like, oh, be mindful so you don't fuck up and accidentally screw up your life. Just be mindful in general. So that's what I've been doing on this retreat, trying to really just sit in quiet, which is hard for me because I'm such a person that wants to distract and not necessarily be productive 24/7, but not necessarily sit and sometimes address really difficult things. It can be hard. All right, so stepping down off of that tangent, what's the next one? We'll see soon. Yes, you do have to be intentional with your words, but you should be intentional with your words always. I look at it rather than like stressing yourself out about like proper wording or punctuation, but just be intentional with what you mean. I've had months in the past where I was kind of writing down like blanket statements because I was kind of just floating a little bit through life, you know, just the general things that I knew that my soul did want, but I wasn't really saying them or writing them with intent. Um, so now I really try to be like intentful. Um, yes. No, I mean, I can't avoid anymore because though I could stay in my apartment for the end of my lease, um, I now have a time frame that I'm dealing with. So it's good. Sorry, kind of lost my train of thought. I'm like trying to, I don't want to like say too much because my lease is not up until next June, but I'm not held to my lease anymore because of what happened with my neighbor. So because of what happened with my neighbor, well, I mean, he didn't have to let me out of my lease, but my landlord is just like, if you feel you need to go, then go, um, which is amazing and definitely a silver lining because I haven't been happy there. So I haven't, I'm sure you guys can tell. A lot of people have told me that they can tell, but I haven't been wanting to like let on to actually how hard of a time I've been having there. And also didn't want to impulsively make a decision to leave without giving it a fair shot. But in light of everything that happened with this, it just seems like a blessing in disguise. I hate that I'm talking so much about it when I really don't want to be. Like, I should probably keep it a little bit private, but yet here I am just blasting to my live diary. Ugh, I haven't addressed that yet. So he's so that's one of the tough parts. One of the tough parts. But it is, but it's not a reason to stay. I I know that he was brought to me for a reason. He is, but he also has a home. So I would be kidnapping him. I think that universally he was sent to me to get me through this time in this that home. Um, and I obviously didn't know I needed him, but he became like, oh my gosh, so dear to me. And got me through many a nights for sure. He's definitely made the record books. I've never experienced a situation like that with a cat. Um, I've always liked cats, but I've never bonded that intensely with a cat ever. Well, I yes, these are all things, trust me, that I've been giving lots of thought to. Lots, lots. So much circular thinking and like so much back and forth and so much yeah. Yeah, his owners live two houses down. Um, so Slink used to live across the neighborhood. He lived with this woman and he started disappearing at night. Do you guys not know this story? I know some of you do. I'll tell it. It's a good one. So Slink was living with this woman and he started doing his Slink thing and slinking away in the evenings. And so finally, she like followed him or something and found out that he's been going to this guy's house every single night and the guy's just been like letting him in. And the guy also has another cat named Scratch, I think. So the woman went over there and then fell in love with the guy. So now they're together. So Slink is a matchmaker. So Slink is magical. They think Slink's magical. They like let Slink do whatever he wants. And the reason they just let him roam is because they feel like he's allowed to do whatever he wants because, well, they're just so happy in love. Um, so for the longest time, I did not know Slink's story. I didn't know where he was coming from. A lot of people were telling me that maybe he's pregnant, and I was like, maybe, but it was a boy. He just looked too healthy to me. Like he either was a very young cat that was very well fed, with extremely, youthful mannerisms. Even though he's a little girthy, but he's super athletic. Um, or he's like an old, you know, cat that also hunts well, but has hella nice teeth. Like his teeth are just really nice. So if he was a street cat and he was older, there's no way. Like his teeth are just too nice, right? Um, and so he just wasn't a street cat. You could just tell. I mean, he had such domestic skills too, you know? He's a mystic. So, and when he looks at me and my eyes, it's kind of creepy sometimes. Not gonna lie. the first time he looked at me like that, I felt very weird and I had to look away. It almost made me uncomfortable. Yes, he's like Garfield, something like that. Yeah, I almost like I thought about driving home today and just for Slink alone, um, kind of coming to an actual decision today. And like I also had a had a therapy appointment at 2 and um then it got dark, which is no reason not to leave. I still could technically drive back to my house tonight, but I don't know. I'm not going to ask you guys if I should do that or not. I'm just going to I think I don't really want to be home. I know I tried calling him like Elton John. I tried calling him Sir Elton Hercules John. I tried calling him Hercules. Nothing felt right. Um, he just seemed like he had a name. Okay, so the way that people explained it, it's like they think that Slink has like missions and he just does his mission. So they truly think that like apparently both of them were super, super lonely. They were both divorcees, um, weren't even really trying to find anybody because it's just like, well, first of all, I have done a spin in Portland, and let me tell you, it is kind of scary out there. But so they just both lived alone and were, I think, maybe like 40 to tell ages um, in this state. I think people are like, people look a little older here for their age. Anyhow, so I don't know how old they were, but they both I know had been divorced before, and so they just are like, you know, the miracle of love. And they were sitting on their front porch, looking super cute, super lovey-dovey, and they just think that Slink's like a god, and he kind of is. I ask him all the time who he is. I'm like, what is your deal, Slink? Like, what is your deal? Nail driver, if I said that, I'm not proud of that comment. I think I did say that Portland kind of feels like a place people move to give up. But that being said, plenty of people love Portland. By the way, finally first watched the first episode of Portlandia. I'd never really actually seen that show. Holy crap. Have you guys seen it? I should have watched that before I moved here because it's kind of accurate, down to the clowns and all. Um, LMK, if you guys have seen Portlandia. And why hadn't I seen it? Because I had no interest in Portland. And the thing is when I was living in Seattle and working with an agency up there pretty frequently, all of the castings, I swear to God, not like things, but like the. Can you guys hear me? Because I know that sometimes when you get a call when you're live, it will mute you. So let me know if you can still hear me. I just know that's like a mobile thing. Okay, what was I saying? I literally forgot my train of thought. Oh, okay. So all like the like I call them spam castings because they just go out to everybody because they're always looking for weird shit. Like we're always for Portlandia. It was like constant, like all day long. Portlandia, 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 because they did all local casting always out of Seattle and Portland for that show, except for like the main people. Um, and I just that alone, it seems super cheesy because there were these shows that would always just be casting all the time. And for some reason, those shows just always like um seemed like the jobs you didn't want. They didn't pay a lot and they just were like chronically trying to like hire actors that would work for essentially like free. Um because they were like using anyways, who cares about the details? But because of that, I just never was drawn to watch the show. So I never did until the other night. Yeah, Major Simon from Sabrina, but except Slink is like more warm and friendly. Like Simon, it is Simon, right? Salem from Sabrina, the black cat. He kind of has an attitude. He's a little jaded. Slink's not jaded. Slink is he's like wise, but then he's like young. I don't know. God, I kind of like do want to see Slink tonight, but I don't want to go home. Um, it feels so good here, and I don't know. My neighbor is just still like showing up, moving stuff out. I do think that the other day was probably the last hurrah that I'll ever see of him, but dear God, like I don't want to say that I'm very open with the fact that I have CPTSD, which is like PTSD, but it's like compounded events that, like build and kind of make your symptoms worse each time you get, but you learn how to manage it and stuff. But anyhow, um, I don't night because I haven't quite processed what went on with my neighbor yet because I'm still living in it. And for survival, like when I go into fight or flight, I it halts the processing of whatever's happened until you're out of that situation. And I have not felt like I've been in fight or flight since I left California during the pandemic. um, and so to be in this new activated state of arousal, as they call it, the nervous system, has been really, like a little bit traumatizing in itself, just because I just never want to feel this way again. I felt this way in California, and I just was like, when it started creeping back in with all the stuff that was happening with him, my body definitely went into the fight or flight, and I just feel very kind of dissociated. And so that's why going live has been difficult, though it's like the one thing that helps me feel better. So I started the GABA. So yeah, I got some GABA because well, anyways, I was gonna get into more detail, but there's no point. Essentially, I know that I probably won't process the situation of like how this situation with my neighbor has affected me until I'm out of it and I feel safe from it. Um, because I know how it goes. Um, but also that, did I tell you what happened with the guy that stopped me in traffic and followed me to my friend's house a couple weeks ago? Or maybe it was last Monday. That, since I'm safe from that situation, did affect me a lot and a lot more than I thought it did. Um, so that has just been one more like added compounding element to my CPTSD, which is just another reason why I gotta go. Yeah. So okay, I'll tell you what happened. I was driving so I don't have a washer and dryer right now, which is actually hilarious. Whatever, who cares? So I was driving to my friend's house to use their washer and dryer. I'd already been like suffering. My depression was creeping in from the stuff going on with upstairs and just other stuff, and knowing that I wasn't happy there, but also not wanting to admit it to myself. Long story short, I hadn't been leaving the house. I hadn't left the house since I went to LA. I like got dropped off in the Uber from LA and I didn't leave my house until I absolutely had to do laundry. So I'm like, oh God, just get up and do laundry. And to have to work that hard to get myself up is like, Jesus Christ, what's going on? Pick him up and set him down. My ex-boyfriend used to have this grandmother with dementia, and she would talk to herself to like encourage herself to get up. Come on, Bert, pick him up and set him down. And she'd like go for a walk. Anyhow, that's how I felt, like Roberta. So I picked him up and I set him down and I went driving to my friend's house. First time I'd left the house in a while. And this guy stops me in the middle of the road. And I am just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I could sense danger. My body is going to activate a state. I just could sense it. And he gets out of his car. He's this dude with a beard, so Oregon truck. He's like this, like, bleh, burly, like, brawny guy. And he stands in front. I'm like, oh God, he's triggered. because he sees a white girl in an Audi and he wants to give me a little heck. And he also, I look very gay. And I'm not saying that it was a gay thing at all, but I look different, I would say, than the typical, like, this is not like a Portland area. This is like more residential. So he comes up to the car and he's standing there. He literally thinks he has the authority to stop traffic. And he's like this. And I'm like, what the hell? Also, you can open carry guns here. You can closed carry guns here. So I'm thinking like, oh my God, like, is this man so triggered that he might, ah! So, I'm like, what do I do? He's walking up to my window. I'm not going to open my window for him. I'm not going to, he thinks I'm going to open my window and he's going to probably yell at me about my driving or something, which wasn't that bad, by the way. I will tell you, I was in back roads with like potholes. I have a nice car. I'm not going to drive through the potholes like a madman. Like, I was going slow. I care for my vehicle. So, do I drive fast on the freeway? Hell yeah, I do sometimes. Oops, but this was not that. So, he's standing outside my window expecting me to roll it down. He's just totally trying to like intimidate me. And I look at him and I'm like, I'm gonna drive around him. I'm gonna drive around him. I'm gonna drive because he's out of his car. So I just go and I like kind of went like this. You need to slow down. You need to, and he's like, I could see him getting activated. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is now not stable. Oh, thank you for the 10 cents, Peter. So this man is not stable. So I decided that rather than roll my window down, because that's what old Veda would have done. Old Veda would have rolled the window down, got a lashing by some man that she was driving, it's whatever. I was like, not gonna do it. No, not gonna do it. So I get in my car and I drive to my friend's house. Get out of my car. He's following me. And he gets out of his car and I book it into my friend's house. I was actually scared. And I hate to bring this up so many times, but let's reiterate the fact that I'm not the girl that's crying wolf in fear. I lived downtown Los Angeles for 5 years. I never felt threatened like this. Not once. Did I feel scared a couple of times being close to Skid Row? Absolutely. But never like this. This was like, I got in the house and my heart was like, oh my God. I was just like, oh shit, oh shit. So anyways, I look outside, he's taking pictures of my car. And at this point, I'm like, all right, he's just this guy on he got to prove a point because I didn't roll my window down. But at this point, I'm also thinking, all right, he's actually not dangerous, I don't think. And I also was, I don't know. So I went out there and I just said, what are you doing? I couldn't believe I did that. He goes, oh, do you want to have a civil conversation now? I said, I absolutely actually don't. I just wonder why you're taking photos of my car and why you think you have the authority to do so. What are you going to do with that? I just want to know. And he's just reprimanding me. And then I'm just like, he puts his phone in his pocket and I just go back into my friend's house and he starts following me up to the door and I was like, again, what are you doing? And I texted my friend, like, stay in this, welcome to Oregon. Never happened to me in California. So I was like, stay in the shower. I was like, I don't know. So she did. And he's like, well, I'm going to talk to my neighbor. I was like, what? Tell them you don't like my driving? What are you actually wanting to accomplish with this? I don't understand. I was like, you're very like blood boiling. I feel your just relax. I'm sorry if anyways, I went inside, I closed the door in his face. He stood out there 15 minutes. 30 minutes later, he leaves eventually. 30 minutes later, he comes back, knocks, but calm. And my friend goes, that is the officer that lives in my neighborhood who is on medical leave for PTSD. So that situation that I had out there was an altercation between two people that have PTSD. And he was triggered. I don't know what sent him into that state, but he is much further behind in his PTSD healing journey. My friends actually had talks with him. He's just gotten diagnosed. So that version of him that I was seeing was exactly what an activated person with PTSD is like. So knowing that, it made so much more sense why he was so irrational. It wasn't making sense. Like I was like, it was so when he was back at the door, he my friend opened it and she didn't say anything and he's like, I I really wanted to apologize for what happened. I was really wrong. And I'm sorry. And we're both just kind of like looking at him and my friend who knows he has PTSD goes, "Well, this is Veda, and she has PTSD too, and my teeth are chattering." I'm like this, and so that was that. So is the man like gonna come hunt me and kill me and do whatever something weird? No, but that alone, the body keeps the score, as they say. So it doesn't matter what caused it. If your body recognizes it as some sort of trauma and you get sent into fight or flight, and your PTSD is active, it doesn't matter what caused it. It has the same reaction. So I've now had this huge kind of like activation of my PTSD here with this, and then also with the neighbor upstairs, and now I'm out of my lease. So we're not complaining. We're not here being a victim about it. Like I honestly see silver lining. I'm free. I'm free, and I thought I was going to be stuck here till June, guys. We would have made it. We would have figured it out. We had Slink, but damn. So that's the tea. I'm not saying that this man is a bad police officer at all, male driver. He's a man that has PTSD, and I don't actually know what brought it on. I think he was also like a military police, and but like he was in denial about his PTSD for a really long time until now he's basically on a forced leave because of it. So he needs to like stop stopping traffic, or he's probably not going to get his badge back. That was the tea. And now you guys know what's been going on. Ish. Slash, this is Veda's diary. So I should put Happy New Moon, hashtag Dear Diary when I am talking to you like this deeply about myself. Thank you for the haps hug, Molly. I would kill for an IRL hug right now in just like the last couple weeks. Shout out to Patricia, my Uber driver, by the way. I had accidentally had my pocket knife in my bag. Did I tell you guys this? Probably. I forget everything these days. That's another symptom of PTSD is short-term memory when you're in the fight or flight, which I still am in. I don't like admitting that, but I am. Um, so I have a pocket knife, and I accidentally left it in my bag when I was on my way to the airport, and I was like, "Oh no!" So I left it with my Uber driver because I was like, even if, and she was like insistent that she was going to bring it back to me, and I'm like, "Welcome to Oregon. Thank you for the super heart, probably possible." Yes, this is my diary because I don't have the attention span right now to journal other than like doing my new moon stuff. So I also always hope that my streams never disappear because it's my best way for my personality as a kite in the sky to document stuff. As well as, it's like killing two birds with one stone. Um, I should have dropped. Hang on. I lost my point of my diary entry. I digressed. Hmm. Hmm. Well, if it's gone, it might be meant to be gone or it'll come out. Is the new app only for iPhone users? That is a great question, Sugar Drop. I don't believe that to be true, but is that true? Is Mr. Gage here? Oh my gosh. I saw the on a roll that you typed before I saw the award. So, oh, okay. I do, Marcia? Well, wow, thank you. No, 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 you don't need to do anything yet. So, not yet. You'll know when you. Yes, no, probably possible. I think we do because here's the thing. I love doing Veda's Wonderland with you, but I do want to start curating it a little bit more to actually being like more of an entertainment thing that I offer as well as the magical realm of escape, right? But not be so loosey-goosey, although loosey-goosey needs to happen for this. Um, there's Veda in the wild. That works when we're outside. But I think in general, we are hashtagging Dear Diary at some points because I do value the opportunity to just be able to kind of like decompress with you guys. It's nice. And like I said, I have no problem usually sharing and share sometimes too much, but also I've always been honest that like I want you guys to like be with me on this journey, which I started. When did I get on Haps finally? I think I finally like went live on Haps in April. Um, it took me a few months. But anyhow, I was literally like fresh out of a breakup then and going out on my own for kind of the first time, like own I own. And this is like, you guys, even though I don't like sharing the downs, like it's kind of part of it. So this is sort of like a down, but like we're moving up. Like there's things are changing finally. But damn, Vita, how many days on the GABA now? Oh, I haven't taken any GABA today. Also, do you have thoughts on it, Andy? Because I have used, I'm sure I've taken GABA. I think it was mixed with like L, whatever the other one is, and then ashwagandha and stuff like that. But this is my first time trying to take GABA on its own. I've been taking it at night. It's only been 2 nights, and it is 7, so I could take it right now. And then in 20 minutes, I will let you guys know if I feel any different. Andy, do you care telling me like if you notice? Like what have you noticed? Okay. I've heard two reports on it. One says that it doesn't pass the blood-brain barrier, and a more recent one says that it does. Interesting. Okay, so I always kind of felt like I was just taking unneeded added supplements when I was taking like even ashwagandha and stuff. I was like, ugh, honestly, I didn't notice enough to like keep swallowing extra pills. Um, and so given like light of everything that's going on, and I don't have like anxiety medicine or anything anymore. I have just like been needing a little bit help like with my mind, like calming it down at night. So a friend of mine that also is on the spectrum, our minds are very similar, wired, at least we feel like they are. Like usually things that work for him tend to work for me. Um, and just how we process stuff is similar. So he suggested I try GABA again. So I'm trying GABA again. So here we go. It does make the blood-brain barrier, if it does pass the blood barrier, a week. Oh, we'll see. I take magnesium. I take magnesium, calcium, and zinc in the evening. I have it right here. I've had soup. I mean, as a half Asian, I have to say jasmine tea seems to probably possible. Sometimes you annoy the heck out of me, but like lately I've been down. So thanks for making me laugh. You, there is no one like you. I mean, no one like any of us, but like really, I haven't met anyone like probably possible. Probably possible. Please do not hurt my brain. It's my favorite thing to say, at least top 10. Kind of like happy birthday, Pablo. I don't know why I get stuck on things. No one like you too, Veda. I thought you said no one likes you. I was like, fair. I just said you annoyed me. This is what's called a stim. Do you guys know what stimming is? This is a stim. Thank you for perhaps fall. I'm currently falling for you quite easily, actually, with one leg. Oh boy, Mr. Gage. Oh boy, what do I do now? Hi. I'm back from falling for Mark Gage. What a scary fall it was, indeed. Did you like it? Gets on new app, shows pimples. I wanted to tell you guys a little trick about really big, ugly pimples. So, sometimes I get a certain type of pimple that is like no other type of pimple. And I just know it's going to be a beast. And with those underground beasts, no, we've taken the GABA. We've taken it at 7:05. So the underground beasts that take a while to rear their ugly heads, down. Sometimes if you break open a liquid Advil gel, liquid ibuprofen, and just put some of that gel on, it can help with the swelling just slightly, just slightly. So I have some Advil bursted onto that baby right there that my skin decided to birth to remind me that I'm in great stress. Gee, thanks, skin. I already knew. Already knew. You didn't have to break out and make me feel worse on top of everything else with the migraine you almost gave me. Like, Jesus. I guess I gotta open up since Veda threw some appreciation my way. You absolutely don't have to do anything you don't wish, but by all means, open up. Halloween makeup. It's not That's not why I'm breaking out. No, I didn't like put on that much. Haps environment. What's that? What's a Haps environment? Is that a new one? Oh, Kelsey, are you going to make me fall for you off this beanbag? My gosh, I'm so comfortable, but now I'm falling for you. Happy Haps environment. Pimples. You sure you're not That's the thing. Oh my God, Andy. Here's the thing. I did like suffer from some acne. Well, I always it never ceases to pop up, no matter the age, if I'm in any sort of like stressful time period. Um, but I always heard that as long as you're breaking out, you won't be as wrinkly. But guys, I'm not saying I'm like full of wrinkles or anything, but in the last year, I have definitely acquired some wise wrinkles just in the last year. So, uh, no, I absolutely do not accept. And Anna does accept. So maybe you should teach me how to be more accepting of it because I'm not happy about the wrinkles with the pimples. Bring on the wrinkles ish. I don't want them, but at least leave me with my clear skin. Please. People make such big appearance out of looks. Yes, they absolutely do. And it's not the right thing to focus on, but it's very human to feel self conscious when you are breaking out. And I don't think that it's fair to tell people, oh, well, you shouldn't worry about your skin because how you feel is very valid. And it does take a toll on the emotional well being when you're already low. It's easier to deal with when like things are going great and the sun's shining, or you got a pimple, who cares? Whatever, life is great. But when you're going through a bunch of stuff and you walk by the mirror and you also see that it's just like when it rains, it pours. But yes, you are absolutely correct. And at the end of the day, who effing cares? I'm going to I don't know if my AirPods connected or not. Oh, it's supposed to tell me. Great, I'm glad they connected. Usually they go bloop, but apparently not when live. Your earpods are hurting your left ear. Oh no. Do you have the squishy ones? I had to get the squishy ones because I have a, I'm not even pointing to the right ear. I have a piercing here and a piercing inside that rejects the hard ones. Um, so they won't stay in. But I had to get like the ones with the squishy top. I wasn't gonna take out two of my piercings for earpods, guys. I love my piercings. I'll never not. Like everybody always is like, I'm not really into piercings. I only like tattoos, but I like always been a piercing fan. I like love them because you can take them out. Hi. So yeah, I wasn't gonna lose two of my cartilage piercings for a pair of AirPods. No, absolutely not. In fact, give me more piercings. I love them. I'm trying to make a constellation. I just get frustrated because anyhow, never mind. I don't want to pay for them. Mm. Hi. Oh God, you've been listening. Oh dear God, I literally have, dear diary. It's me, Beta. Uh, oh, Kelsey, you want me to fall off the beanbag again? You like that shit. All right. Well, here I'm falling for you. Thanks. Not. It's just like the couch, though. Don't worry, I'm already on the ground. Thank you for the haps fall. That really boosted my confidence. Yeah, well, I just don't have the patience to write in a normal diary. I wish I did. I always used to try. I have so many journals and diaries, and like my younger ones, um, there's like a few entries because I always like wanted to be this journally person. And then, I mean, this is dumb to think that these will stay up forever and that's a journal, but you know, if they go away, they go away. But I could lose a journal too. I just never have. Beanbag, you like that shit? I used to have one of these giant beanbag like love sack things, and well, my cat at the time, well, it was actually my ex-girlfriend's cat, decided that it wanted to pee on it. And so we had to get rid of the beanbag, right? So we pushed it out on the balcony of our house and it poured that night. So this beanbag, I'm surprised it didn't break the balcony. I cannot express how heavy a wet beanbag, not this size, the next size up of the love sacks, like the two-person one. This is the one-person one. There's like the two-person love sack. It was, it had to have been like thousands of, I'm not even kidding. We had no way to move it off the balcony. It was so we started de-stuffing it. Like we would spend so long taking out the stuffing and filling up trash bags and it wasn't getting any lighter. So one, I want to say it was like Halloween because we were hanging out with all our neighbors. Our neighbors decide they had gotten a little tipsy and like these are like grown adults. Like we are adults too, but like these are like act like how do you say it? Like mature adult? I don't know. Anyways, they were like, "Let's go push the beanbag over the balcony because we needed, like, so many people. So all our neighbors, um I'm telling you, we had a doctor in the mix, we we had a nurse, we had a lawyer. I'm just, like, professionals, like, at midnight in my really like, we had, like, quiet hours at this complex. It was, like, kind of bougie, like, going and, like, pushing this over and, like, also preparing ourselves for the fact that it's gonna be falling in front of someone's house. And the guy that lived in that house, like, it's not like we could knock at his and be like, "Hey, we're gonna throw a beanbag over the balcony." It was quite the adventure. So we got it over the balcony with like a bunch of people. It was the heaviest thing in planet Earth. It hit the ground, sounded like an earthquake, and then we were able to like put it on. Well, I mean, I did not have part in this. I don't know why I'm saying we like put it on something with wheels, hoisted into my neighbor's truck, and they took it to the dump. Bye bye, beanbag. So you like that shit? I was almost a little PTSD triggered when I saw the beanbag here. So, anyhow, also not the first and last situation I had with a beanbag. 2 years ago, my neighbor moved from second floor unit to the fifth floor unit, and he had the even next size up beanbag chair. And so we were pushing it through the hallway of the loft building, and it wasn't even fitting in the hallway. It was like we were squishing it through. Oh my God, that was quite a workout. So F beanbag chairs. You like that shit? Tell me all about it. Adults. I forget I am one, but I very much am, sort of. Oh, Daniel Frausto. Oh, what is this we're looking at today? Is that your face or your body or a bird in a nest? Does anybody know what Daniel's profile picture is today? Because I can't detect it. Is it human? It's fine if it's not. It's a cookie you ate. What kind? Oh, M&M cookies. Yum. Oh, the last bite with. Oh God, sorry. Sorry. Ew. I not you to the cookie. Yeah, they were soft. You're right. My audio didn't jump. I looked at Daniel Frausto's cookie on the computer because that's how curious I am because I love cookies. The best cookie I've ever had. Wow, I think I haven't yet had the best cookie I've ever had. Apparently, according to the people that say insomnia cookies are the best, I've never had an insomnia cookie. That I remember, which means it's not the best. Um, I really like my chocolate chip cookies because I've made the recipe how I like it. So my favorite cookie is my own. But um sorry, I lost my train of thought with that one. Insomnia cookies are out of New York City and and I've never had it, but apparently they're the best cookies. Other than that, there's a place in Los Angeles called Yuko's Kitchen, and it's Yuko's is not vegan, but they have a lot of vegan baked goods, and they do cookies very well there. And it was in my building, so made a lot of visits. Other favorite cookie. Yeah, mine. Mine. No one's ever made a cookie that I like as much as mine, but there's been some good cookies at the places that I've been like, I love a big bakery cookie. Okay, okay. So I will say this much. Um, I dated someone that made really good cookies and it actually really bothered me because I've always been the one that makes the best cookies, and it was annoying to date someone that also made cookies that almost maybe sort of might have rivaled mine. I was a little bitter, but I also got some tips. So I couldn't be too, big of an ego to actually fine tune the skill. So now I am better at making big cookies because I used to just make like this, which is still like a like big cookie. I'm trying to get it actually right, like this. But I never was able to perfect the bakery size, and I now can. Thank you. You don't have wrinkles because you eat cookies? Wait, have you had insomnia cookies, Marcia? LMK. They're from New York. They do sell them in LA, and I feel like I've had one there, but somebody told me it's like not the same, or I don't know. I actually don't know where they are. Apparently, we must try. If you guys are plant-based, there is they're like, oh God, why am I saying bougie so much? It's the word that explains so much. Overpriced things. Um, so there's like I'm looking them up right now trying to figure out what it's called. I know I've talked about them here. They are so good, but they're flat and weird. Um, and they travel pretty well because they're vegan. So they actually you can order them, and they are possibly honestly like my favorite like non-traditional cookie, if you will. But I'm very much into like basics. They are gluten-free and vegan, and absolutely you cannot tell. It does not matter who you are, like they are so good. God, what are they called? They're fancy though. Delicious. Oh, they're literally just called Delicious Cookies and Milk, but it's spelled D-E. I'll just They are so weird and so good. Oh my God, that angle that I'm giving you guys is so bad. This is them. Delicious cookies. Order yourself some if you're just feeling, frivolous. Hannah, you love cookies for youth. You should get them. So, the vegan and gluten-free ones, surprisingly, my favorite is this, like, it's like a snickerdoodle or like some cinnamon thing. And I thought for sure I'd be all about the chocolate chip. But you should just get like a classic dozen and get a mix because oh my God, yeah. Vegan, gluten-free, classic trio, and peanut butter. I want to see it. Cinnamon brulee. Blew my mind. Oh, now you tell me you don't want to order the cookies and that I need to wear or that I need to wear a SPF. When did you start wearing SPF? The other key to no wrinkles is Retin-A. I truly believe. Don't yell at me because that makes you need a lot of SPF. But for hats, why do you guys think I like hats so much? Yeah, I wear sunblock. I mean, I haven't really seen the sun in a while, and I know you can still get sunburned without it, but yeah, some people slather themselves in coconut oil. Indeed. Look at us, guys. Scientists who love cookies. Okay. Well, I've gone live. We have discussed life. You've allowed me a journal, dear diary, devotional moment. Kelsey, I don't even want to see you type that word. That triggers me. Just kidding. And yes, the cookies are amazing. So wait, insomnia or delicious? Delicious. Insomnia cookies look like the traditional perfect yum cookie. And then the delicious is just like this weird, expensive thing that tastes amazing, but you just know it's not going to be a regular thing. And thank God, because, well, I'd be eating a lot because it all the dietary restrictions are covered. Corn, I had corn soup for dinner. Oh my God, it was actually corn and potato. So, there. You don't have any wrinkles? Oh, you're going to bed early. Good idea. You should try to make one of the cinnamon brulee cookies. I can't express the deliciousness of them. And Andy has not a one wrinkle. Well, you are so lucky. I love corn. So I'll leave you with that. This has been fun. Great chatting. Hannah! Well, there goes my evening plans. Just kidding. I'm going to write down my new moon manifestations right now, and you guys probably should too. But first, I'm going to wash my face, put on my last zip patch, and we're leaving with you, so it's okay. You don't actually have to go just because we're talking about cookies. I love cookies. Probably. Bye, guys. No, moon water I'm gonna just do on the full moons, not the new.